So welcome to the 2043-44 European Recap stroke livecom. In the last video, at the end of the video, I had a talk with you guys because I'd seen some negative comments mentioning about how maybe we were underachieving. Maybe we were not doing as well as you had hoped. But I did say, I play this game slowly. I develop players. I develop the team. I develop the squad with a ethos of that if you do not want to be at my club, well, there's the door. Get out. And let me tell you, today we have a live com. Just had a banana. Maybe you can work out what the live com is. But let's recap the other teams, then recap us, then look at our winter signings. Then we'll play a live com for you. Live. That's why it's called a live com.
This is just an intro. You better believe it. Jesus, that was bad. Well, welcome to the series.
So like I said, let's recap how the other teams have done so far. So first off is Lillestrøm, who were our Europa Conference League participants. And they came against Manchester 1962 from Gibraltar in the second qualifying round. Beat them 3-1, then 2-0. Before Dynamo Kiev, a 1-0 defeat at home before going through on penalties away. Then came against Celje. Were they from Slovenia? Yeah. 3-1 victory at home before 3-0 victory away saw them into the groups. They beat Cluj before losing to West Ham, losing to Hibs, before drawing to Sheriff Tiraspol, before beating Tirana, before drawing away to Hajduk Split. That did see them into the knockout round though. They came against Basel, a 3-1 victory at home before losing away. They then played Strede, 1-1 at home before getting a victory away from home, saw them going to the quarter-finals of the Conference League. Now, it was just a bit too far. A 3-3 draw at home before losing 5-0 away to West Ham. But they did get to the quarter-finals of the Conference League. It's a good start for our clubs. So next team we're going to look at is Stabæk, and they entered in the Europa League. Came up against HJK first and got a comfortable victory, 2-0 away, 1-0 at home. They then came against Rapid Wien and beat them, 3-1 at home, 2-0 away. Unfortunately, coming up against Besiktas in the playoff round for the Europa League was a bit too hard for them. A 3-2 defeat at home and a 2-1 defeat away saw them drop into the Conference League. Now this was their level. A 3-0 victory against Hajduk Split before losing to Basel away, but they then beat Mostar 2-1, drawn against Strede before drawing at home to West Ham, and then beating Cluj, which definitely saw them qualify for the knockouts. They came against Dynamo Tbilisi in the knockouts, and they won 2-0 away and 3-1 at home. Saw them come against Napoli in the round of 16, who they knocked out. A 0-0 draw at home before drawing 2-2 away and going through on penalties. They then came against PSV in the quarterfinals, 6-3 victory at home before losing 3-1 away, but they went through 7-6 on aggregate. They then came against West Ham. They've knocked out two teams now. Lost 1-0 at home before losing 4-2 away, but they got to the semi-finals of the Conference League. We've checked two teams. One got to the quarters, one got to the semis. It's looking good so far. So the next team to check is a resurgent Molde, and they came up against Ajax in the playoff round of the Europa League, and unfortunately fell at the first hurdle. A 2-0 defeat at home before winning away, but it just wasn't enough. 2-1 on aggregate, they dropped also into the Conference League. And they came against Strede first and got a 3-2 victory before losing 2-1 to PSV. They then drew to SJK, beat the New Saints of Wales, drew away in Basel before drawing against Club Brugge. That saw them into the knockout rounds where they played Hajduk Split. 2-0 victory away, 2-2 draw at home saw them through. Slovan Bratislava in the round of 16. 2-1 defeat at home before going through on penalties with a 1-0 victory away. Ammonia. Sounds like a sickness. From the Alpha Cyprus, was that who Neil Lennon was the manager of? But they beat them 2-0 away before an 8-0 victory in the quarterfinals. 8-0? What the Jesus went on there? They then came against Leo in the semi-finals. Unfortunately, Leo were just too good. A 1-0 defeat at home, 2-0 away. But we've had one team get to the Europa Conference quarterfinals. We had two teams in the semi-finals of the Europa Conference League. I mean, fair play to them. So we then came and looked. We're then going to look at odds, who have been a regular in that Champions League qualifying, but they've just not got there. They came against Panathinaikos in the second qualifying round, a 3-1 victory before 2-0 victory saw them go through 5-1 on aggregate. But they then came against Red Bull Salzburg in the third qualifying round, and they lost 2-1 away before getting a victory at home, but then losing on penalties to go into the Europa group stage. It doesn't look good. They lost to Brøndby before beating Espanyol, losing to Lorient, Porto and Antwerp before beating Slavia Prague, and after Christmas drawing to Shakhtar and losing to Inter. And that saw them finish, where did they finish then? 26th, missing out on the knockout round. So unfortunately, not everybody made it to the knockout rounds. They did fall short. But we did have two teams in the semis and one in the quarters, so we have had a lot better of a season. Hopefully that's reflected in the points. But now let's have a look at our Champions League run before the winter break. So we started off against Atletico Madrid and we hit the ground running. A 2-1 victory with Fosdal and Anthony on the score sheet. We did okay shots, etc. Possession-wise, we did sacrifice possession against them, but we got the win. We got the win and started with 3 points on the board early, which we have struggled with in previous years. We were then brought back down to earth when we travelled to Madrid this time, and the bigger power of Real Madrid beat us 3-0. But we bounced back, and it's very rarely we have 6 points on the board so early in the Champions League, but a victory over Feyenoord with Merde and Gutelsrud, who is tipped as the young player of the competition, which is mad because he's more of a rotation for us, but he is developing well. And at this point, we have pretty much secured qualification to the knockout round with a 1-0 victory over Atalanta, and Buzek scoring. We're looking good. We are looking good. Yeah, 15 shots to 17. 44 to... Can we just skip this? But we bounced back. We got another victory to end the year. Beating Red Bull Leipzig, we went into the new season, the winter window, the end of our season, with a victory over RB Leipzig, 12 points on the board in the Champions League, which moved us into our transfer window. And as I said, I wanted to pick a team every window who we were going to invest in. And this year I picked Viking, our local club. So we signed two players from them. First off, Carl Johan Aftelsson. He's a very good player. He is really, really good. He was valued between 2 and 4 million. We paid 15. I did offer 20, but our board refused to allow that to happen at first. It's such a balance of trying to sign players who are actually quite good and useful for us. Because if I just spent 50 million on a complete waste of time, then my supporters and my board would really go against my decisions. So I've been trying to find that right balance. And the second player from them for 10 million, he was valued at 1.3 million. He's been brought in, and we've sent him back on loan to Viking for the year, Sven Andre Harlenstad. Again, he looks really decent. I think it's a good signing. I think it could be useful for us. If Viking want to sign him back, I'll let them have him for like 1 million, 2 million. So we gave them 25 million for two players. And Hopefully, in time they reinvested. I did check their winter transfers and wasn't looking the best. We also signed Prince Ansar, and it's a wonder kid. I spent big, 36 million from Saint Etienne. But I really like this guy. I've retrained him in attack midfield. He's playing in that position where they drift and wide and stuff, which I think suits him. Long term, I would like to train him as a right wing back as well. I think he could be so versatile. But wow, what a player this kid is. Also, performance in training as a pro. He's hitting 10s week after week. And it's shown in his attributes going up. So, a really good signing. In terms of the outs, there was only 2 on this screen. The loan to Viking and Bjorkland went to Rosenborg as well. Again, just trying to give players to local teams within our division. And finally, from Stromsgodset, set, Rudy Goldman. He's 17 years old. I think he is really talented, to be fair. He was valued at 77k. Again, I offered 15 million. My board refused. I offered 10 and they were very happy. He's not the best. He has unambitious personality. And as you can see in the unambitious. But we're going to try to tutor that out of him. 10 million. It's again just trying to help clubs now. Some clubs are struggling financially. If I can, I'm buying players. We don't have any money at the minute. We need a complete reset of our finances. But when that comes in for the winter window, I'm probably going to pick odds because they are so close to getting in the Champions League each year. But financially, I think they just need that big amount in the bank. So I'm going to probably try to give them 25 to 30 million in the winter. In terms of the outs, Onaheim went to odds. We had bids from all over, but I tried to get him to a club in our league. He's ended up going to odds, so hopefully he can develop well there. Kovac went to Porto. I was trying again and again to offer him out for nothing. And no clubs in Norway wanted him. To Junkeren is Aka, the young kid. I was so desperate to sign this kid. He doesn't look as good now compared to some of the other players we've got. Kate has gone to Stjulblink and Vormin went to Freiburg. Very upset because he's a model Sidson wonder kid. And I was starting to play him, but he kept kicking off by not getting game time. I was trying to give him game time. He's probably going to end up leaving us now because Freiburg have an option to buy him. So that's probably one of them ones which just kind of slipped away. But after them signings were made, etc., Vorman was still at the club when this game happened. As you can see, I was playing him. We lost to Lecce after the winter break and we looked poor. We really did look poor. 4-2 defeat. I wasn't overly impressed. Luckily, we bounced back and beat Young Boys of Bern 2-1 to end the league phase with a good victory. And that saw us finish in 10th place, won 5, lost 3, 15 points joint with the top 8, but unfortunately we didn't get in the top 8, so we went into the playoff round. We came up against Eintracht Frankfurt in the playoff round and we lost the first leg 1-0, but I just had that feeling taking them back to Norway we could get something. And we did. A 3-0 victory, Kroll, an own goal, and Jones on the score sheet, 3-1 into the round of 16. I was shocked. Newcastle are top of the Premier League, and we beat them 3-0. Gutelsrod and Buzek with 2. Yeah, we had to go to the Newcastle now, and with a 3-goal lead, I wouldn't say I was relaxed, but I had faith. I mean, when they scored the penalty in the 60th minute, all my faith went, and I panicked like mad. But we got the win. 3-2 on aggregate, in to the quarter-finals. So into the quarterfinals, we drew Bayern Munich, and I actually fancied us against them. They went 1-0 up, but we got 2 late goals with Gutelsrud again and Fostal on the score sheet. 2-1 in the first leg. Heading back to Germany with only that 1-goal lead, though, I was a bit concerned. Don't quite know why I was concerned when we beat them 3-2 in Germany in extra time, but we still got the win. 2-1 after full time. Kroll and Gutelsrud in extra time saw us go through to the semi-finals where we would face Manchester City. And we travelled to the Jakob Nestrup Stadium. Don't we? Jakob Nestrup. Don't we know him? Didn't he play for us? Gonna have to do a search on the name. Jakob Nestrup Stadium, though, and Manchester City got 2-1 victory, but it's 2-1. They're coming back to Egerton, and we only need 1 goal to win. Egerton 3, Manchester City 1. Anse, Jones, and Kroll on the score sheet. Did get a red card for Steen, so he does miss the final, unfortunately. But Egerton 4, Manchester City 3. We are into the final of the Champions League. I mean, the only issue now is I'm trying to find who this Jakob Nestrup is, because his name sounds very familiar. Oh no, why is he the... Oh, he's been the manager of Manchester City for 14 years. Okay, fair play, okay. Now I get it. His name's familiar because he's been managing in Copenhagen and stuff. That's probably why I know he is, but okay. Yeah, distracted. But we are into the final of the Champions League against Barcelona. Might sound stupid, but we are the home team. I'm going to say it. It gives me a bit more hope. In terms of our squad, we are missing Haftorsen, Marler, one of our young options. You can see he's on 17. One of our options who plays fullback, and also Kevin Steens, which is a first-team player we're missing. The only options we've got is either Murder comes in and plays as a Segunde Volante from the defensive mid, or Arneson, one of our academy players who is now 18, plays in that anchorman position, which I think is what we're going to do. We're in the final of the Champions League. So we're going with Nesham in goal, Fossadal. For this season, 2044, after 2 years, Fossadal is now the captain of the club again. And Murder accepted it because Murder actually wants to leave us now. And he's been with us for 8 years. But because he won't get the status, I wouldn't guarantee him regular starter position. So he's now said he's going to leave at the end of the year. Upset him, but we move on. So Fossadal right back, Amadou and Jones at the back two, with Steinskog at left back. Christian Abdullah and Arneson in defensive midfield. We're going to go with Anse, Anthony and Buzek with Kroll up top. Kroll has not been playing well, but I am hoping he improves. You can see the issue is he wants to leave, which is a bit annoying. Lingstad, Ridger, Lunde, Siverton, Ellison, who has come up from the reserves because we were very short of players, and he's still on a youth contract, so we could register him. I hate the registration rules. Guttelsrud, Murder, Soa, the backup striker, and Fossum, who can go into there. Now, the only other option is to move Soa into the striker position instead of Kroll, because Kroll is not in a good mood. But I just think Kroll can score. He's got 71 in 91. He hasn't had the greatest start season, only 2 goals in the league in 5 games, but yeah, and Anthony moving in this central position, by the way. 7 goals, 8 assists so far this season. Wow. Okay. I don't know what to say. We are into the final of the Champions League. We are into the final of the Champions League. I'm going to agree there. There's one change to have. Christian the Finn has come in. Oh no. Former Egerton player. He's now been at Barcelona for 13 years. He's 34 years old now. He is starting against us. These fans have been fantastic. Go out there and win the trophy for them. Barcelona will have to cope without Didier Diaz. I'm not going to discuss their players. Here we go. They played a 4-2-2-2. 2-2-2-2. I'm nervous. Stroke excited. I'm going to encourage. Oh my days. We are in the final of the Champions League. And first highlight might be us. Steinskog to Buzek. Back to Steinskog. To Buzek. He takes a couple. Oh, why would you do that to me? You got me too excited, man, Buzek. Come on. Don't get me so excited like that again. There's no need. Come on. Show me what you can do. How are we looking? Sorry, analysis. No, team stats, sorry. Okay. Passes, how are we looking? 25% for Buzzish. Calm down, mate. Calm down. Let's give him a touchline shouts. Calm down. That's the issue there. Straight away tackles. 50% for Steinskog. Yeah, the rest is okay. Heat map. How are we looking? Yeah, it looks okay. Oh, calm down. Come on, Buzzesh. Start getting in the game. We have such a good team. Like this team, if we could keep that front four together, if we can keep the back line together, maybe Amadou is starting to get that point where we could maybe replace him. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Right, Ansar now. With the corner for Eggersons to Anthony. Back to Ansar. Ansar puts it in. Back post. Jones with the head down. We've scored a goal. We scored a goal in the Champions League final. Oh my God. Oh, stay calm. Oh my God. Look when this as well. The 47th minute. Short to Anthony. Back to Prince Ansar. Whips it to the back post where Jones is there to beat Muhammad Ali to the ball as we score a header. Right on half-time at the Puskas Arena in Budapest. We go 1-0 up. I'm literally going on the fans again. The fans have been fantastic. It's all about the fans. We love the fans. The fans. Also the fans, yeah. Christian the Finn struggling. They've made a sub. He's gone off. We're coming to the hour. Let's just... Oh, no. Not when there's a highlight happening. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali's going to knock us out. To Stutt. To Mary. To Muhammad Ali. I mean, what a name. That's time just for the name. Dan Otter. Shuka forward. What a tackle by Fostal. And Abdullah tidies up. Come on. Jones. Forward to Anthony. Back to Arneson. Academy player in defensive mid. A backup for Steens. Another academy player. Oh, we've got the intake to look at as well. We actually had a good intake. Brace yourself for that. Salas to Lamine Yamal. Still playing. Salas. No, back post, that's a goal. No! Oh, he's missed. Anthony. Oh, come on! Oh, okay. No, it's fine. Stay calm. Oh, Anthony's really struggling fitness-wise. I think Gutschall's run is going to come on. And I think I'm going to leave the rest how it is for now. Maybe crawl off for Soa. He's just not been doing it this year as much. I think it is just because he wants to leave. He's been complaining he wants to leave to bigger things. If we win the Champions League, you can't be wanting to leave then. We're the league champions. We're the Champions League champions. What are you doing? Come on. 75. I'm just going to focus shout us. Should really find a way to move the webcam in a better angle so you can see when we're doing these kind of shouts. Uninterested after the feedback. I mean, a bit harsh. Champions League bloody final, mate. I'm going to give a couple of shouts for opposition instructions. I think Fossum I'm going to take off. Bring on for Arneson. In that defensive mid, he's a defender. I think he could do a good job. We're struggling in attack and mid. I think Murder's going to come on for Buzek. Buzek's not had the best game. Murder's been with us for nearly 10 years. Oh my God, are we going to actually see this out? We can't see. I'm smiling because I think we've actually got a chance of... Prince Answer's struggling. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring on Lund. And we're going to do that. Just anchor as well. Oh, I should have gone. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. What have we done? What have we done? What have we just done? There's the trophy. There's a Fossadal Academy player lifts the Champions League. Oh my days. Oh my days, what have we done? What have we done? What have we just done? Champions League final. Puskas Arena, Budapest. Owen Jones, 48th minute, 43 plus 3. Egerson 1. Barcelona 0. It was a very limited highlight game. Oh my days. We've actually done it. We've actually done it. We. Oh, how does it feel? Oh my god. Let's see what people say. Egerson win the Champions League. Champions League. Egerson lift the Champions League 75,500. We got 17.1 million for winning it. We qualified for the FIFA World Club Cup, so we're back in that. Medals for the champion. Give them all a medal. Give them all a medal. Eggs and Board are quite happy with that. Oh my days. We'll do all that after. We paid out 15.75 million, but we got 17 for that as well. We must have done well money wise. We negative 33 now after all the money we gave. Look, we don't have transfer budget, but we've still got the qualification for next year's Champions League, etc. So I think we're going to get back to zero by the end of the year. Then if I can spend another 30 million on clubs within our league and go back again, and do you know what I mean? I think I can make it work where we, for the next couple of years, are really investing in other teams. This team just won the Champions League. This team just won the Champions League. What we can do is we can have a look at the coefficients. It's not the end bit is Norway 20.2. We've rose to 63.4 points. We are now going to be 10 points ahead of Turkey, and we are going to be 6 points ahead of Denmark. And we are closing in on the likes of Portugal. But that's not just me, that's all the other teams. Semi-finals, quarter-finals of European competition. In terms of us, what are we going to be on? We're going to be on 122. So we are going to jump. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to be top 10. We're going to jump to the 9th best team in Europe. Oh, wow. Wow. In terms of our league, I'm not sure. We might jump up a couple. I'm not too sure. Qualification-wise, when we go up to 8th from 10th. What's that saying there, though? 2 in the Champions League. 1. Why is that? Is that because I won the Champions League or something? Because I won it, does the second place and third... I'm not sure on that. Let me know in the comments below if you know that. But we're going to go up to 8th. So we'll get back to 1 just before qualifying. They all stay the same. So, okay. Oh my god. The last thing we're going to look at is the intake. Just to make things even better, we've got a couple of gems. So Christian Nehemiah is a German-Norwegian, 15 years old. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, wow. Wow. I'm training him in defensive mid because of his tackling, etc. I think he's got that ability. Yeah. Johan Wold is a okay defender. And then we have another defensive mid who has good quality. This guy looks really good as well. Better dribbling. As a defensive midfielder, looks like he could be very solid. And then we have a right back who also looks really, really good. There's 3 players there who could be in our first team. If this guy, who is left-footed, gets trained at left fullback, we could have Fossadal on the right, Rassian on the left, both academy players in the next few years. And then we've got an English central defender here in Stainton, 15-year-old. And then we've got another one here, a striker who, left winger, I'm retraining as a striker. Looks like he could be quite good. I've got to show you. We've got to look at we'll look at the first 10 games of the league in the next video. We have won the Champions League. I've been Paul, also known as the Northman, and this was our greatest achievement of this series.